well, I had like a fun little idea for a segment that we could do.
A reaction.
Yeah. I thought we could react just to like a silly little video. So, just trying out some different things. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. Yeah, just silly.
You're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us. Because they believe in us and what we're doing. I'm on the phone with every studio at night. Insurance companies. Producers. And they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs, you I don't ever want to see it again. Ever. And if you don't do it, you're fired. And I see you do it again, you're gone. And anyone on this crew does it. That's it. And you too, and you too, and you. Don't you ever do it again. That's it. No apologies. You can tell it to the people that are losing their homes because our industry is shut down. It's not going to put food on their table or pay for their college education. That's what I sleep with every night.
Tom Cruise.
The future of this industry.
Carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders.
So I'm sorry, I'm beyond your apologies. I have told you, and now I want it. And if you don't do it, you're out. We are not shutting this movie down. Is it understood? If I see it again, you're gone. And so are you. So you're going to cost him his job. I see it on the set, you're gone. And you're gone. That's it. Am I clear? Do you understand what I want? Do you understand the responsibility that you have? Because I will deal with your reason. And if you can't be reasonable, and I can't deal with your logic, you're fired. That's it. That is it. I trust you guys to be here.
Oh.
Well, what's your turn? What is the it?
What is the it that he's telling them not to do? Wrong answers only. Put their lunch receipts as tax write-offs during production.
They can't get a per diem? Okay.
I don't know. That's what came to mind for me. Wow.
I am beyond your apologies.
Yes.
I am beyond your
He
apologies.
is an angry man. What you've probably, listeners, heard this clip before because it's like a year old, which is why we're covering it because it's so fresh and current.
No, that's why this episode will be scrubbed from the internet because Tom Cruise
You're right.
will have it scrubbed from the internet.
Damn it, Tom. I feel like we had a lot of good material earlier in this episode and you're going to try to scrub it? Come on. You don't want to make yourself look like more of a jerk. But what he was really getting angry about, if you don't know, is that this is like earlier in COVID and I guess
they're breaking COVID restrictions.
Yeah, they're
breaking protocol.
Yeah, they're like not standing 6 feet apart, and
Right.
he's not happy about it.
Yeah, I love the glamour shot that came during the audio. That he was like in a golf cart, like a futuristic golf cart.
Oh yeah.
And it happened like halfway through the video, just changed.
Oh, yeah. Wait, that's not a golf cart. That's just a car.
So, okay,
that's just like a black sedan.
But it's
It's
doorless.
not even futuristic. Oh yeah, I guess it is
doorless.
doorless. Maybe it's like in a chase scene in like Mission Impossible.
Oh yeah, the door got perfectly blown off by the thing.
Okay, or maybe that's just like how he drives to work in the morning, and that's why he's so angry. He looks angry in this photo. He looks like he's ready to step out of his car and yell at an employee.
You know what? I admire the guy because he's so hardworking. He does every stunt himself. Okay? This is me clapping for Tom Cruise.
Well, what I really love is all the Scientology.
That was what I was getting to.
Oh, okay, sorry.
The Scientology. Oh my gosh.
And
so, does he owe them money? What's happening? Like, they blackmail him? That's what they do. They have like blackmail.
Yeah, well, because you have to pay a ton of money to like ascend through the ranks, right? You have to be rich.
But I think they also like they basically terrorize people.
Yes.
Like, I think they dig up dirt on. Because isn't like John Travolta in that? He's in the Scientology. There's a couple other like sus people.
I can't remember if Will Smith is or not. I feel like I've heard conflicting reports.
I don't know. I hear that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've never tried to confirm it. I've always just been like, yeah, Will Smith Scientologist sounds right.
I think
right.
That one I'm like more sad about just because I think Willow and Jaden are both like awesome young creators, and I just don't want them to be wrapped up in that world. That's why I don't want Will Smith to be a Scientologist.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like he's like that close with his wife.
No, it doesn't.
They seem distant.
But what about the kids?
I don't know. Aren't they like their property till they're 18 or something? That's how kids work.
No. I just mean, like, are they close?
They could just put... I think they're old enough. One of them's definitely old enough.
Yeah. I think they're probably both, like, over 18 at this point. Like, young adults.
I don't know.
I would think so. Because I feel like Whip Your Hair was, like, a minute ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Last year was 2019.
Wow. This last 2 years have been an incredibly long year. Ha 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 ha. Picture of a minion.
I feel different about that. It hasn't felt that long to me.
Really?
No. It kind of feels like it went by in a flash, and then like everyone wants to get back to normalcy. Let's go back to normal because that was good. Remember Obama?
Remember his dad jeans?
Yeah, remember the whole jean suit he wore? Remember the entirely denim outre that he wore to the banquet?
Remember when he got a little crazy and he pulled a prank on Michelle and he covered the entire White House exterior in denim?
I do, and Fox News should burn down because of their coverage of that. That's what I think. Because it was his right to cover it in denim.
Mm-hmm.
He was the denim president, I believe. That happens at the 44th anniversary, or the 44th
is the
president.
Denim anniversary.
Is the denim
when you've
president.
been married for 44 years, you give each other a pair of jeans.
Yeah, America gave the president a pair of jeans.
Big enough to swaddle the White House.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy for the lifetime denim deal that Barack Obama has.
This is why you never see Donald Trump in jeans, people.
Yeah, he got some other kind of deal. I don't know.
Well, and he's like so insecure. He can't deal with how good Obama looks in jeans.
I think he just gets to continue being Donald Trump. Is like that's his deal.
That's his deal. I think his deal is like free McDonald's for life, which honestly would not be a bad deal. That would be pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, yeah. It'd be a short life, but yes. I guess he's gonna live forever though. So.
Yeah. Well, and that's that makes me mad. So I'm fat. For those of you who can't see me, and I hate those like news things about like a woman who's like 110 years old and like, what's the secret to longevity? And it's like diet and exercise, and I never smoked or drank or did anything fun. And then you'll get another news piece about a 110-year-old woman, and they're like, what's your secret to longevity. And she's like, every morning I woke up and I had soaked a cherry in bourbon the night before, and I eat the cherry every morning. Like, legit, that is a thing I have seen. This whole, like, that you have to, like, eat
a guy. When it's a guy, it's like, I had 2 strips of bacon and a piece of toast every morning. And I had coffee.
He's like,
and that's all I did.
He's like, my wife has been making me 3 meals a day for the last 70 years. That's how I live to be this old.
Is that woman the shape of an L? Is she just like bent over? Like she's been cooking and cleaning for 82 years?
And my mind immediately went to Smash Mouth All-Star when he was like, he was looking kind of dumb with his finger and his thumb in the shape of an L on his forehead.
This is the video? Are you talking about the video?
No, there's just a lyric that, like, says the shape of an L.
Oh, the shape
And
of
you
an
said
L.
the shape of an L. That was the connecting point for me.
Yeah. That's got, like, those lyrics suck. That song.
They're iconic.
Those lyrics are bad. I liked early Smash. I'm sounding so hipstery, but I liked. There was like a Smash Mouth before that album, and that was, I think it was the first Smash Mouth.
Okay.
Like,
I think.
Yes,
that's the only other song of theirs that I know, and that's a good song.
That's on another album as the other one is whatever the fuck you're an all-star. All-star.
Yes.
That's
pro.
Like you're a pro. You're a professional. Get out there, play ball. Okay, this is just bad singing now. Just trying to.
But
This is gonna be great.
I can't believe. So Zach, I think we've maybe mentioned this in a previous episode, but Zach does not like music. This is something that he himself has said, and your music take of the moment is that early Smash Mouth is good.
Okay. I know what I know.
Right.
I know about me. It's my valid experience. is my experience of Smash Mouth in 1999 or whatever. Mm-hmm. Before the Shrek movies. Before Smash Mouth.
BS. Before Shrek.
Yeah, they officially sold out.
Okay. The new millennium is just 2000 when Shrek came out. It's before Shrek and after Shrek.
I bet those are gotta be like top 3 or so like franchise the last 10 years, last 20 years.
I fucking love Shrek.
I mean like highest gross, like the amount of money.
I know, but I'm saying like
Jesus
I get
Christ.
it.
Michael Myers, how does he not own?
Oh my god! I thought you were talking about Michael Myers from Halloween.
Oh yeah, Mike Myers. Okay, no, but, oh my gosh, he's gotta be so loaded.
Okay, this reminds me, I have to do another YouTube shout out because that's just the quality of video essays that I've been seeing this week. One of my favorite YouTube channels ever is Super Eye Patch Wolf. And he does these deep dive video essays on like anime and like pro wrestling. And they are fascinating. And he made a video about Garfield the other day. He put it out. Oh my God, Zach, it is one of the best video essays I've ever seen. And it's about Garfield.
Okay.
It was just...
Jim Davis?
A study in form was just like... He just like he looped things back in. He referred back to things. It just was like perfectly crafted. Yeah, he talks about Jim Davis. But he also talks about like I think the title of the video is what the internet did to Garfield. So it's also like, yes, Jim Davis, but then like what happened when like Garfield came into the world and like took on more meaning than just what Jim Davis had given to Garfield.
Yeah, it became a meme.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Like a token or some kind of.
Well, but then okay, so I remembered this because you mentioned the Shrek franchise, and Super Eye Patch Wolf talks about how like Garfield is like scarily everywhere, like scarily like every year there's like $1 billion of Garfield merchandise sold. Like no exaggeration. Every year.
I bet it's all half of it's like contraband or whatever. Like half of it's like not even copyrighted or whatever.
You might be right. I think it's still just like wild that so many times Garfield's been purchased in all his various iterations.
Why?
Well, okay, I know.
Because it's like the people who buy Garfield stuff do not read Garfield comics. Again, I always come back to this point. People want to share things. They don't want to consume things. So they like Garfield, the idea of liking Garfield.
Because like they know that Garfield is something that is liked. So it will make them liked.
Yeah, and it'll be...
If you have a Garfield mug, you are so cool.
Yeah, he hates Mondays.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like an institution, like
this will be
it's
around.
Like a brand.
Sure.
It is a brand. Sure. It's like Adidas or something. You want like the recognition of Garfield.
Yeah.
But like what was so fascinating in the video was that, you know, he's like, well, if so much Garfield merchandise is being sold, why don't we see Garfield everywhere? And then he's like, then after I started making this video, I started seeing Garfield everywhere. Garfield is under the radar. Like, we just don't notice how everywhere Garfield is. The only reason he notices is because he was like thinking about Garfield. But like, there's Garfield merchandise everywhere. Like, I'm gonna be on the lookout now.
It'll be the new currency once we go into the post-apocalypse.
Yes.
Like, just have Garfield mugs.
Yeah, it's just like
you have to carry them around and pay for food with them.
It's like, I'll give you a pack of cigarettes for 2 Garfields.
2 Garfields from in St. Louis. We're going for 1 Garfield. Plus a couple of Lucy's. I don't know why I'm talking like this in the post-apocalypse.
Oh, that's John's girlfriend, right?
Who's John? Oh.
But is Lucy John's girlfriend? Yeah, did you say, are we talking about Garfield?
I don't.
I think that's her name.
Really,
but you said the name Lucy.
Oh,
I'm just trying to understand. Oh, I was like, why did you say the name Lucy? Because at first when you said that, I was like, Lucy's a Charlie Brown character.
Oh, yeah. Lucy.
Yeah, she, like, has him come kick the football, but then
That's
like,
much,
at the last second, she moves the football away so that Charlie Brown will just fall on his ass.
Yeah, I don't see why that would make him fall. Why would he, like, just because you missed kicking something
doesn't mean you fall
down.
I think it's like the implication is that like he was just like getting up way too much velocity because he wants to kick this ball really hard, so because he didn't have the resistance of the ball, it made him fall on his ass.
Well, let's just be grateful that Charlie Brown didn't try out for the football team and get CTE. And,
wait, what's CTE? Is that like a concussion?
Well, it's the chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
Oh. Does that come from a concussion?
Multiple concussions.
Yeah.
But like they find that like some of those guys they could have like hundreds of concussions throughout their life. Like
Jesus.
More.
It's scary. Yeah. I was so scared when Patrick Mahomes got concussed last year before the Super Bowl. I was really worried about him.
Yeah, it's like it gets easier to get concussions once you have one.
Oh, fuck. That makes me even more worried for Patrick. We must protect him. We must encase his helmet in Whataburgers So no one can do any damage
did
to
those
a
open
skull.
up?
I don't know. I said school instead of skull. I said no one can do any damage to his school.
His school.
Yeah.
It's
But
okay.
where is there a Whataburger?
There's one nearby. There's one like in
Oh.
it's like Blue Springs.
Because I knew they were coming, but I didn't know they were like here.
Oh, they're not gonna build it. They're probably not gonna build it in the middle of the city.
No, I just mean like when I say here, I mean have they opened yet or not?
I believe they opened.
They opened?
Somewhere in the
Okay.
suburbs.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Patrick Mahomes, who is the quarterback of the Chiefs, go Chiefs! Thank you very much.
Who?
He loves Whataburger, so he like persuaded Whataburger to like open some stores in Kansas City. But what Patrick Mahomes does not know is that Whataburgers are inferior to In-N-Out. Pew, 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 pew. Take that, Texans. What is up? You're just mad that you don't live on the West Coast.
Texans?
Yeah, Whataburger is like every Texan loves Whataburger. It's like the In-N-Out of Texas.
I don't know.
I'm going to be like banned from Texas if this audio ever goes out into the world.
You're not missing much. It's just everything's far apart.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just everything's bigger. It's everything's really far away.
Yeah.
If you want to go to the store, it's a hike.
Uh-huh.
It's a trek. And everything, like, the roads are wide. Like, you live on a street that has, like, 6 lanes. That's a cul-de-sac.
There's, like, children playing, and the road is the size of a football field.
Yeah, Texas, like, for some reason, its population is exploding and people are going there. But,
that surprises me because Texas is so expensive now.
Well, they don't have, there's no income tax.
Oh.
So.
Because Texas is like its own republic. Is that why there's no income tax?
Yeah, they just decide that. Florida doesn't have income tax.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Some places don't.
But what were you going to say? You're talking about people moving there.
Well, I just remember Texas being like just whatever you would think like northern Mexico is like. It's like kind of desertous, like kind of a little barren and hot and also really cold sometimes.
Now, I am from Tucson, Arizona, dear listener, so I love the desert. But I know what you're talking about. I haven't been to all of Texas. There are definitely places in Texas I would like to go, but I've like driven through Texas. I've driven through Amarillo many times, and Amarillo is like exactly what you're describing, and it fucking sucks. I hate Amarillo. What, are you trying to refill my water?
Sort of. No. I was not doing anything.
Oh. Okay.
I'm trying to drink them.
Oh.
I was trying to refill the water.
Oh, shit.
But we can still film. They don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't
Yeah.
know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Texas is it sucks. And I'll say that to any Texan's face.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
They will fucking shoot you.
Be like, no, this is Missouri. Oh, wait, Missouri also, you can shoot me. Okay, I'll say it to a Texan in New York.
Okay. Perfect. What, the naked cowboy in Times Square?
We both have to be naked, so there's no weapons. We can be assured no one is armed.
They have to agree to be fully naked with you, both of you, before you tell them fuck Texas.
Yeah, that'd be a cool prank if I meet a Texan naked in the moonlight across a pond, and we both walk into the pond and meet, and we make love, but then after we've made love, after we've talked for hours, I say, fuck Texas.
Oh.
Isn't that a cool prank?
Yeah, the prank is that, like, you've, like, had a whole relationship with this person for years, and then all of a sudden you just say fuck Texas and break their heart. That's a really funny prank.
No, I meant just like this is one night.
I know, but I'm adding to it.
Oh.
But that's also like
sad.
it is sad, but that's also very like a mystic, like you're both naked in the moonlight across a pond from each other.
Yeah, I guess it's very Grecian.
Very.
And then a stag walked out of the pond, just emerging from the water.
Yeah.
And
joined
it
in.
was then shot down by Poseidon with a mighty arrow. I don't know.
I just made a bestiality joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we make love to the stag.
Yeah. Well, that's is what would happen if it was a Greek myth.
This is
it would be Zeus. The stag is Zeus, and Zeus impregnates both of you, and you both give birth.
I think. Wait, we both give birth?
Yeah. You and the Texan.
I smell a sitcom.
Of like you and the Texan are living in like a 2-bedroom home in like Ohio, and you're raising your babies who are Zeus's children. Who Zeus
demigods.
fathered with you, yeah. So Zeus like sometimes makes like a cameo.
Okay.
But usually it's just you and the Texan and the demigod kids.
Right. So we have to we got to enroll the kids in school.
Yeah.
Nearby.
Yeah. But what power do they have like powers that like they just disrupt everything that they do because they have powers. So what powers do they have?
I think maybe one of them can fly.
Okay.
Like maybe one of them has like tiny little wings.
Okay.
That's
like a cherub.
Yeah, and they can fly. I don't know. Maybe the other one's like a Hercules, like a little.
Yeah, like a strong guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
And then Zeus has to come down and like at the end of every episode, Zeus comes down and like erases people's memories or something, or he turns back time and he like fixes.
I thought you were gonna say like at the end of every episode, Zeus comes down to take them for the weekend because they have joint custody.
No, Zeus could be like around and like hitting on women, like he could be like in the background or like in different scenes. Just around.
Or he's just like he's just like in the clouds and then like a bolt of lightning comes down. I like this.
Yeah.
So it's you, a guy from Texas, and demigods in Ohio.
Or it could be. So it could be, and then sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say it could be in Texas, and it could be like a very like conservative Christian town who's just a small town, and you show up and that like is kind of what
two dads
starts it all off. Yeah, and the Texan doesn't actually want to be a dad with you because he has like internalized homophobia. He is gay, but he's always like talking
about he's always talking about a woman back home.
Yeah.
That I need to marry. Yeah, my old lady. I'm gonna marry her and blah blah blah. It's like. She
it's
just exist.
It's a cover story. Yeah. He's like always talking about TNA with the boys. But yeah, so he's like in love with you, but he doesn't want to admit it to himself, even though you had that one night of passion in the pond.
Zeus is like, I like this. He's like, I've been gone for 5,000 years. But I like what's going on here.
Fucking loves Texas. Zeus is like, everything's bigger in Texas. He's like wearing a cowboy hat and cowboy boots and like a belt buckle with like whatever the Texas flag is as the belt buckle. This is verging on my fetish of men wearing white t-shirts.
A rancher. He's just say Clint Eastwood.
Yes, Clint Eastwood. You're right. So Zeus is like, he's like, wow, I just rubbed my eyeliner off. He's like, wow, I just woke up from like a 5,000 year sleep and I love it here. And then, yeah, so you and the Texan are like, quote unquote, roommates. And you have to have a cover story for like, who are these kids? They're like one or the other of you, they're like, oh, these are my like nephews.
Oh.
Visiting from wherever.
I was just going to say, we found them.
You can say that too.
Where are their birth records? I don't know. We found them.
Yeah, I feel like it causes.
Or I guess we know we raised them, but we gave birth to them.
Right? No, you can't say that. You just have to say like they're. But they
so
when
we
they
get like fake wives. We both have to fake marry some women, but like these women don't know that it's a scam and that we're actually gay for each other.
I don't think that should happen until like season 2 though, because I kind of want there to be a season where it's like just you and the cowboy as roommates, and then your nephews come to visit.
Sure, the nephews come to visit. I think the arc of season 1 would then be our relationship building.
Yeah.
Like we had the night of passion.
Yeah.
Now we don't really like each other, but we're kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And then we start to get along and it builds.
Yeah.
Right? Like
you like kind of the flame rekindles a little bit, but then maybe like the last episode of season 1, like one of your exes who's a woman knocks on the door.
Or what about like some kind of like a class like a government is like, you guys can't live together. You're can't be a husband.
Oh, okay.
And you're raising these kids and like you're under investigation, like child protective services.
Oh yeah. So they have to like get wives so they look more legit.
I don't know. It's a weak season 2 idea. We have to go with the wives thing.
Okay, we'll go with the wives, and like an ex comes, and then somehow another woman gets entangled, and it's like a love square, and maybe the women are also in love with each other, or like Zeus is in love with one of the women. Zeus is in love with one of the women who's married to you or the Texan, and he's like trying to seduce her.
Okay. Okay.
And at this point, the demigods.
And then okay.
You go ahead.
Okay, are the demigods? How about the demigods are like growing up quickly?
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was just gonna say. Yes, they should be like.
Yes, they're like they're mid-teens.
Yeah, they're like 12 when they're born or something, and then they're like in high school in the second season or something like that. Yeah.
Yes. And then we wrap it up with season 3. I think we got this.
Okay. So maybe in season 3 we have to have this element of like Hades is back or something, and he's a high school student with the demigods or something like that. Like there has to be it's like a battle for the fate of the earth, but actually it's just like the high school talent show, is like the thing that's going to decide if Hades has to like go away. You know?
Like or like a competition or something.
Yeah. Or like a homecoming king kind of situation. Because
but maybe they're deceiving Hades because Hades doesn't know the kids are demigods.
Oh.
Like the kids they're still undercover. The kids have not been revealed
using their powers. Okay.
So they trick Hades, and but okay, and then maybe season 3, Zeus, and then me and the Texan. We are like me and the Texan are finally putting our foot down against Zeus, and we're like, you need to stop like bugging us. You need to stop you need to be a more consistent parent.
Yeah.
If you want to be involved with these kids.
Yeah.
And so season 3 wraps up with like everything gets resolved with like the family.
I like that.
We have a cohesive.
Well, that makes me think that like maybe Hades' objective is to like take the demigods, to like adopt them, because they'll help him be more powerful. So like while there's this inner turmoil with the family, Hades is like, I could just take these kids off your hands. I know that this is causing a lot of, tension, and like he could play on this like. He like assumes that you and the cowboy don't like each other, so he's like, you wouldn't even have to be in each other's lives anymore. What he doesn't realize is that you're in love. And so like, his whole goal is to like adopt the demigods. And also, I think the demigods should be like the popular kids of the school. Like Hercules is like the jock. He's like on the football team. The one with flight, maybe he's like super fast, like he's a track guy.
Okay.
And then like when Hades comes, all of a sudden Hades is like the cool kid in school, and everybody kind of like flocks away from the demigods towards Hades.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. I like this.
Okay.
I like this.
Okay.
It's making me think that we have some holes in season 2 about
Okay.
what are the kids doing in season 2, because like they're getting the
That's
wives,
true. We need
and
to
then
give them
we have stuff
big
for the parents.
roles.
Like what are the
Right.
kids doing in season 2?
The kids are just as important. I feel like this is like giving me Riverdale vibes at this point. The kids.
No idea what that is.
Oh, it's like have you heard of Riverdale?
Is that the one that's based on the comic?
Yeah,
That's
Betty and
the-
Veronica and Archie.
Right.
The very, very milquetoast comics of like the 50s, but Riverdale is like the most ridiculous fucking teen soap opera that gets like really dark. Yeah, okay, so what are the kids doing? So the first season, maybe they're just more focused on like family life and like acclimating to school and learning to like kind of hide their powers, and like they probably go through some arc about like learning to accept who they are because they've been told to hide who they are.
Oh, wait. Like I guess season 2 we could look at possible like the relationships they're forming at their like with their peers.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
like that's what we're focusing on with the parents, like the parents with like the fake wives, and so like the kids they're like meeting people.
Yeah,
and
we definitely open up that world of high school, and that's like a major like set as well for a lot of
Yeah.
scenes.
we're like 70% there.
We
We
are,
haven't
like-
this is like 70%.
This is like
amazing.
genuinely good. Like
Yes.
I'm like I want this to happen.
We could write this.
We
really
can. We
easily.
should write this. I've always wanted to write a script, and I never have. Can we write this?
Yes, I would love to write a script.
Oh my god, hell yeah!
Oh, it's fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And we'll get
let's
Tom
do it.
Cruise to star in it. Actually, okay, we
Tom
should
Cruise
like.
is Zeus.
I thought Zeus was Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, he's got to be like a big, tall guy.
Okay, let's do a fantasy casting. If we like, who would we want to play all of these characters?
What's that guy? You told me to do his voice.
Oh, the Brad. What's his name? The guy who's
He's in Just Shoot.
Cusco and
I'm also Elaine's boyfriend in Seinfeld.
is
Get
he?
that guy?
Shinji.
She's on the podcast.
She did a little meow. The guy. Oh, Patrick Warburton. Patrick Warburton, right? Right.
That sounds right.
You want him to be in it? Is he the Texan?
He's Zeus. He's
Oh, okay. He's Zeus. Who's the Texan? Has to be someone
Matthew
manly.
McConaughey. He would like nail it too. He could do it. He could be like a silly, kind of slightly comedic, but endearing and real and raw. Like, he would nail it.
Okay. Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, I'm sorry. You pick. You need to...
No. Well, and that's
Who
good.
would
And I don't know. Well, I was thinking maybe for like the fast demigod, it could be Timothée Chalamet, because he still kind of looks young enough to be in high school.
Sure. I think we'd have to switch kids like probably once.
Oh yeah. Okay, I could go from like
Like-
Finn Wolfhard to Timothée Chalamet, but Finn
Okay.
Wolfhard looks too old now to be
I think
like a
he's-
middle
yeah.
schooler. It's got to be someone we don't know.
Nah, yeah.
In my
That's tough.
fantasy
That's
casting, it would be like Finn Wolfhard from like early Stranger Things days
Okay,
to
maybe-
Timothée Chalamet.
Okay, maybe we can resolve this by just like scrunching this timeline and saying one person plays the kids, and we're just focusing on like the last year of high school.
Yeah, just
or
like over
something
the
like
course
that,
of
like,
a year. Yeah, I like that.
That's all 3 seasons.
Okay, so wow, they like they meet, they have their love affair, they give birth to these demigods, they get married to women, and Hades comes back, and they have to fight and defeat him all in the span of 1 year. Is that what we're saying?
No.
Oh.
We're only that's them making love and having the kid. Like the kids grew over a few years.
Right.
They grow fast, so they still grew like.
Right.
They're 18 now, but it took like 7 years or something for them to get to 18. Like, you know what I mean?
But when we start the show,
that's gonna be like the first few episodes of the show. Is like the first that big jump in time. We see them making love in the moonlight, and then giving birth, but like that's like episode 1, 2, is like that long. Is that this long prelude to the story, and then the story starts like 18 years.
I think like the whole scene of meeting at night and making love should just be like the intro to every episode, and it's like Will Forte's voice or somebody, and it's like, "Hi, I'm Zach," and it's animated. It's like just like a black and white kind of like line drawing, but the black and white are like reverse from what you usually think. Like the lines are white because it's nighttime.
I made love to a Texan and Zeus. And after I gave birth, we found ourselves in quite a predicament.
Yeah.
It's remember the deities.
Remember the deities. I want to play on like some like already existing sitcom title, like All in the Family or something, but it like has to do with it, like has a joke about the Greek gods.
Yeah, no, I think that's okay. That could be like just the title. Like we show
Yes,
that in the
yes.
first episode, and then every
Yes.
title of every show has like a weird it has like a quick summary.
Yes,
of like
yes.
the moonlight love plus
Yeah.
blah 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 plus the birth and then them growing up.
Yes.
Right? Like
Yeah.
But you kind of want to stretch out the birth process?
No. I just want to make sure. No, I don't want to. I just want to make sure we have our. I think that just doing that as the title is like enough context.
Right.
I just want to make sure that I really liked our original structure of like what each of the 3 seasons would be about. So I want to make sure we keep that.
Okay.
Like when we start season 1, that you and the Texan don't really like each other. So it has to be like somewhat early in the relationship because then you're like learning to live together.
So that would be the young season.
I think it could even, it could be just one young season. It could be that this
and then the last 2 were them older, right?
Yeah. Or it just like all takes place in like the span of a couple of years. I don't know.
Sure, a couple of years.
Because they just grow really fast. I don't know.
Well, I guess like the problem is like they would skip ahead grades because like even if you put them in school, they would skip ahead grades. So it would be impossible to explain why your kid is now. Why is your kid 5 years older and in the thing?
Well, I
so
think
they'd have to move around or something.
Oh, I think it could be like they like look middle school age when they're born and can like talk and stuff. And then like maybe quickly grow to high school age. And then like maybe by the end of high school, they look like they're like 22 or something, but it's like not to the extent that they're not growing so much faster that it's like, there's no way that could be a 17-year-old child. You know what I mean?
That was a weird question.
I don't know if I made sense.
That was a weird. No, the last thing that you said was a little bit weird.
What?
About not knowing a 17-year-old child.
Oh.
So, I don't know.
Oh, that was weird.
Anyway, the way you phrased it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
I just mean like in the way that, again, like if Timothée Chalamet was playing a high schooler, I can believe it. He looks older, but I can believe it. Like that's like how they would look when they're like seniors.
Yeah. So how about, what I'm thinking is maybe they grow 7 years every 1 year.
Oh.
So like we can see the struggles of them, becoming a couple and the kid, or no, they grow, and then the kid's like maybe more like 10 years every 1 year. Okay? So now we have a kid that can like read and they put him in 3rd grade. And then 1 year later the kid is in high school, graduating high school.
Yeah.
Because they're like 20.
Maybe
Right?
so. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much we have to explain their aging process.
I guess we could just not. Yeah, we could just completely ignore it. And just, just do what we said. And,
what was I gonna say?
I think we could just switch actors halfway through the
Yeah,
second season.
yeah.
Like literally halfway through the show.
Yeah.
It's just like and when they like there's a weird noise and like the kids
It's
suddenly
like Doctor
age a little
Who.
bit. Yeah, they're like
I don't know. I just think they're like animals who grow at a slightly different pace than us.
They're like animals.
It's like,
We are animals.
yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't think demigods. I don't think like, 1 year they're 10, 1 year they're 20, 1 year they're 30. I don't think they're like 40 that fast. I don't think they get to look
peak.
old that fast. Yeah,
No,
they peak.
I think they just hit
they
prime
peak.
and then just stay.
Stay for like a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're
That's
agreed on that issue.
Yeah, I assume they have like some kind of force field around them that is preserving them. There's some kind of magic or something. Like the force.
Yeah, we can totally call it the Force and won't get sued.
Yeah. Well, okay, I was just thinking like the early kid, like the first season kids, they start like reading about Zeus. They like start actually reading about their own selves.
Okay, but they know Zeus is their dad, right?
Yes, but they don't understand. They think Zeus is their dad, like a normal guy. Like, because they know that Zeus is their dad, so why would they think he's weird or out of the ordinary?
That's a good question.
So I was saying, like, the first season, the kids are like, they start doing research on, like, Greek mythology, and he's like, well, they're like, well, Zeus is a messed up dude. Like, he did all this messed up stuff. He cheats on mom, he cheats on you.
Okay, so, like, they confront him, and I think it would be great, like, maybe, like, there's this episode where they're in class talking about Greek mythology, and the teacher is, like, talking about, like, what a piece of shit Zeus is, and the demigods are like, no, he's not! Like, they're just, like, mad, and they want to defend him, and she, like, says something about how Zeus is, and they're like, he's not like that at all, he's actually more like this, like, throw some little joke in. And then they're like, okay, well, like, they read the book themselves, and they learn about Zeus, and they're like, oh my god, this is really bad. And then, yeah, they have this confrontation with Zeus. I like that idea a lot. That's
cool.
Good. That's a good episode idea.
I feel like we should really start actually writing this down. So maybe we shouldn't stop talking about it,
but we have a log of it this way at least.
Yes.
And we don't have to like put this in the episode. We could just like have this audio so we can refer to it later.
Fine.
Okay. Unless, because I think like when I'm in this state, it's easier for me to talk about it than write. But if you want to, I don't know.
No,
okay.
It's fine.
We just won't air this part. We'll just sit on it until we can announce our ABC primetime sitcom. Yes.
Only. Like that's what I want.
Yeah.
Like,
no, for sure.
It's got an arc.
For
goes
sure.
And...
Yeah, for sure. But then, so I was thinking back, like, we, mentioned, like, maybe this is, like, small town conservative Texas. Like, I'm thinking about, like, how we can, like, incorporate that more.
I wasn't really picturing that.
You're not sold on that?
That's not what I was picturing about Texas. I was picturing Texas, but I was picturing suburb. I was picturing like sprawling suburb of Texas.
Okay. So like the Woodlands or something. That's like somewhere my cousin used to live. That sounded very suburban. It was outside of like Houston or Dallas or somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. And then like, okay, there should be one episode where like the demigods and their friends, they're like 13 or something, and they decide to be bad, quote unquote. So they drive to Austin. They're like, oh, we're gonna be so bad, we're gonna go to Austin from like the suburbs of Austin,
weird,
like the big city, but like Austin really isn't that, like, I mean, it's like hipster, but it's not like somewhere you go. It's not like Las Vegas, you don't go to like get in trouble.
Just, like, bars and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I think there should just be an episode where the kids take a road trip And it's just like a buddy road trip movie episode where they're in Austin and they're just like trying to find something to do and they're really bored.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was picturing. I don't know what you were thinking about the like small conservative town. Like, I guess we could have more characters in a small town.
Well, I think they can still have like neighbor characters and like PTA characters and stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking like school for some reason. That just seems like the setting.
Definitely a lot of it will be at school.
I mean, I guess they could say they're homeschooled. Like, we could explain some things by just saying like where did that kid come? You know, where do they? Whose kids are those or whatever? And it's like, anyway.
That they were homeschooled up until that point.
Yeah,
and that's like why they're so weird.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because they like pretty much were homeschooled, I guess. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I like it.
Okay. Yeah, I like this.
Me too. I really like it. I don't know if that's just because I'm high or if it's like actually a good idea.
I don't know if it's a good idea. I think it's a passable idea. Like we could actually sell that. Like we could write that and we could actually sell that. Oh. I promise you we could.
Know. I know. Oh my god. I'm like, I don't even. Like, how do you like protect your script if you're like optioning it? Can they just like steal it?
Well, I think as long as you have like original files that have the dates on them, like because like every time you save a file, it has the date on it.
Yeah,
like,
and you can like prove that.
Yeah, I mean I'm sure they will fuck you over. Like they will like hold you up in court for like 2 years.
Oh and, Jesus!
Like I don't know. But at least it's an original property. That's the best part. Like we're not trying to like adapt something or
unless you count Greek mythology.
Off, delete, paw.
Delete the entire recording.
To the left, Shinji.
I also want to write here. I can turn it off if you're ready.
Yeah, I think we like kind of covered it.
Yeah. All right. We just talked about redacted for a long time.
Yeah, remember